Presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy spoke directly to illegal migrants in his speech last night. Watch this.
Our message to every legal immigrant in this country is this: you're like my parents. You deserve the opportunity to secure a better life for your children in America. But our message to illegal immigrants is also this: we will return you to your country of origin, not because you're all bad people, but because you broke the law. And the United States of America was founded on the rule of law.
All right, it's time to bring in Congressman Carlos Gimenez, Republican from Florida. Congressman, what would you do with the illegal migrants who are already here? Many of them seem to be working, certainly in Florida.
Well, what I would do is take the money that we were going to spend on 87,000 IRS agents and convert that, a lot of that, into hearing officers for immigration services. Then I'd start with the last migrants that got here are going to be the first ones to get their hearing. And if they don't have a valid asylum claim, then they'll be returned to their country of origin. And that does something pretty important, Stuart. It actually gives a signal to the rest of the people that want to come to the United States that, hey, there's a new sheriff in town. Your likelihood of actually staying in the United States is very small, so don't even make the trip. That will have the effect of stopping, really slowing down, this illegal immigration in the United States. And then you start working back through the Biden administration, all the millions of people that were brought in during his administration. And again, there is a due process, and that due process is you have a hearing, your asylum claim is looked at, and if you don't have a valid asylum claim, you are deported. And prior to Biden, the asylum claims, the success rate was about 10%. So you would think that about 90% of those that came in during the Biden administration, at least, would be sent back to their country of origin, and then you just keep working on back.
Okay, we shall see. And Nikki Haley used Kamala Harris's record on the border as a warning for what a Harris presidency would look like. Listen to this.
I said a vote for Joe Biden is a vote for President Kamala Harris. After seeing the debate, everyone knows it's true. Look at the border. Migrants are coming into our country by the thousands every day. We have no idea who they are, where they end up, or what they plan to do. And let me remind you, Kamala had one job, and that was to fix the border. Now imagine her in charge of the entire country.
Okay, Congressman, do you ever think we'll see Harris at the top of the ticket?
Oh, I don't know. Look, I don't think they'll see Harris at the top of the ticket. What I'm hearing is that if it's not Joe Biden at the top of the ticket, if somehow the Democrats actually get rid of Joe Biden, they're going to be looking for somebody else. They're not going to be looking for Kamala Harris, which is kind of hypocritical. I mean, aren't they supposed to be defending democracy? They're saying that we're the threat to democracy, and yet here they are trying to topple their democratically elected or nominated candidate, Joe Biden, in any way, shape that they can. And then they'll bypass the vice president also. So that's what I'm hearing is happening right now with the Democratic Party, their top donors, et cetera, how to get rid of Joe Biden, but also how not to turn to Kamala Harris. So I think it'll be very difficult for them to turn to Kamala Harris.
Congressman, we just received this, and I want to throw it your way. At least 11 illegal migrants are among the 27 arrested during the Copa America chaos as fans rushed that Hard Rock Stadium. So 11 illegals. I just wanted to put that out there. It's on the record. Congressman Carlos Gimenez, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I asked for that information. I'm glad I got it. Now I have something to work for.
And we gave it to you. Good stuff. Congressman, thanks for joining us. Always appreciate it. Thank you.